Okie dokie. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shouting Over the News for the 7th of May 2018. I am your host, Mark, and I am here with Kyaw and Kyaw alone. How you doing, Kyaw?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I am doing all right. I'm sitting here at my desk, and I'm kind of sweating through all my clothes because it's really brutally warm, and I had to turn the fan off to record this.
Oh, you have a fan
So,
though. That's pretty
I do have a fan, though, which is nice.
nice. I'm over
Yeah,
here.
so you're a bit. Oh. Yeah, it is a beautiful, hot, sunny bank holiday here in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and so we're deciding to sit inside for half an hour or so and record a podcast.
Yeah,
Hell
that's the
yeah!
life.
And on this podcast that we're recording, segue, we're going to talk about the news because this is shouting over the news. Our, I guess, main show these days. The weekly news show that we do in between our monthly discussion of a singular video game.
hmm
Yeah, that sounds good. So I think this month, for the month of May, we're all playing Splinter Cell Conviction, Ubisoft's 2010 Splinter Cell game. I think we already have developed some interesting feelings about that. We'll be talking about that. That podcast will go up at the end of the month. So yeah, we're just going to talk about some news that's happened in the last little bit. So I have been hella busy this last week. So instead
Yeah,
of my usual notepad file full of news stories, I in fact have the a video game news subreddit up, and I've sorted by the best of the last week.
ooh, okay.
But I think before we get into that, this is going to feature a sweet fucking segue at the end of it. So be prepared. But I finally finished God of War 3.
Oh,
So I've
okay.
now played all three God of War games. Well, apart from the most recent one, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
I've played the three main ones that aren't like fucking Chains of Olympus and Ascension and stuff.
that's okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what do you think? What do you think of it? Can we just make a God of War episode?
We could just talk about God of War if you want. It does kind of fit
We know
into
we've
a
done
news
that
story
already.
that I have here.
Okay.
So the reason it's kind of relevant is God of War, the most recent one for the PlayStation 4 that released it on 420, sold over 3.1 million units in its first 3 days, making it the fastest selling PS4 exclusive ever.
That is the one piece of news I have in my tabs.
Yeah, so that kind of relates as well to obviously me. I've finished off God
Yeah.
of War, but it looks like that new God of War game is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it had a lot of hype behind it. And in 3 days, 3.1 million
That's
units.
over a million units a day.
How can they even meet that demand? Actually, they couldn't meet that demand, can they? Because everywhere was sold out for a while.
I think Amazon's like still sold out, isn't it?
Yeah, it must
Was
be.
it crazy? Yeah, like that game is mad popular. Yeah, like Amazon currently, Amazon says it will be in stock on May the 7th or May the 9th. So
Wow,
like Amazon is actually out of stock on
that's
God of War. Like I
crazy.
think from memory, the standee in the Sainsbury's down the road that it says God of War on it, and then all the little cubby holes in it are empty.
Yeah.
Like this game has fucking sold a lot of units.
How did it do so well? It hasn't been. So the last God of War came out in what 2007, 17, sorry, or 18, no 16.
I think God of War Ascension was. I want to say it was earlier than that. I want to say it was
Yeah.
like 2013. Because if it was 2016 or 15, it would have been, yeah, so God of War Ascension, the most recent one before this one, was 2013.
Wow. Okay.
So it's been 5 years,
Yeah.
almost to the day, because it was March 12th that came out.
Yeah. So I guess it's just really It's just really word of mouth, isn't it? There's just people buying it.
Yeah, man. So here's my thoughts on God of War up until this point. I guess I've only played those through. Is like you can. I think if I had played those games as they were coming out, and then I'd seen what they were trying to do with this new one, I would be like, I was interested in this new one, but I hadn't played those games. Now I am really, really like quite keen to play it
Yeah.
because the path that trilogy takes and what it does, to then see them going, well, we're going to make a God of War game, and it's going to be completely different. Like, what we're going to be doing with this character and these themes is going to be so different. Like, I'm looking at that new God of War now, and I've like the things I've heard about it from podcasts and news stories and shit. Sounds fascinating, just from a perspective of like making Kratos this a whole different kind of character.
Yeah. It's been described as one of the best reimagination of characters, isn't it? At least some sources,
Yeah, man.
anyway.
Yeah, like I'm super keen. Like I was interested in that new God of War, but probably wouldn't have picked it up. And now I've played the first three, I'm definitely going to pick up that new God of War. I don't know when,
You need
because
to
apparently
get
it's
a
out. But
PS4 Pro for this.
yeah, man. But I'm definitely going to pick it up because I want to see what they do with that character. I want to see how I want to for a start. I want to understand this game that has apparently sold fucking more units in its first 3 days than Uncharted,
Yeah.
than fucking Horizon. Like
Yeah,
they've clearly done something special here, and like I suspect a lot of it is to do with just with their the way they've changed Kratos. I don't know.
we'll have to find out in a few months when we get around to playing that game. I think.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think that could be a good summer game for sure.
Yeah. Play the summer game, which is in the snow. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, cool you down.
Yeah, it's exactly how it works.
You thinking you're gonna pick it up?
So I really want to pick it up and just play it now, but I also want to experience on a PS4 Pro. And that requires a whole nother commitment in terms of money. And also taking maybe a week off work to play it at home with a big TV.
Oh, so you were thinking like get the pros, you get that performance upgrade,
Yeah.
but then actually instead of just being like I'm gonna have like high frame rate on my 1080p TV, taking it home, whacking it on that 4K TV.
Yeah. I don't really
Nice.
want that performance stuff, actually. I want that 4K. Because, I've been reading people saying that it's the high frame rate isn't really 60 all the time anyway. It's like 50, 40 kind of deal.
But the performance stuff isn't really 30 all the time either, and I'd much rather something was 50, 40 than not even 30, especially in especially in like an action combat game.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I can deal with it. I've dealt with this before, so with the
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I mean, for whatever fucking rhetoric I just spouted, I have also heard people being like, yeah, you do get a better frame rate, but you play it at 4K and it doesn't really matter. Like, it's still fine. So, whatever.
So I've got a news story that's kind of big.
Talk to me.
especially for the
Oh, actually, I reckon I know what it is, but go on, talk to me. What's your news story?
All right. It's GameStop has apparently leaked Gran Turismo 7, at least box arts, for pre-order. What do you think about that?
That was not what I expected you to say, but cool, okay. What was the last Gran Turismo they put out, Chill?
GT Sports, Gran Turismo Sports, right?
Right, yes, that was it. Was that the one that was fucking mental? And like you had to obey the rules of like racing, and so if you cut people up, then like your fucking ranking went down and shit.
Yeah. It's like more driving etiquette than other driving games. Yeah, that's it. So this is the big numbered entry of Gran Turismo. It should be.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're expecting it, right? Because this is going to be the next generation of Gran Turismo on the PS4.
So what, has there been a numbered GT on the PS4?
That's a Gran Turismo 6, but that was at the end of PS3, as far as I remember. Let's Google that. Yeah, it's on the PS3, GT6. So GT Sport is on the PS4. But that was not a full-fledged entry, as far as I'm aware. It still had lots of content, but it's not a numbered game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not numbered, right? Like, the number's what's important.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
It's just so mad to me that, because I think the other big racing franchises that I can think of operate in such a completely different way to Gran Turismo that I'd spend a lot of my time forgetting that Gran Turismo is even really a thing. Because obviously, like, EA has borderline crapped out a new Need for Speed every year for the last decade. And Microsoft has got the Forza team on the Forza Horizon sort of back and forth, and they've been doing that. Well, I think this year, if all goes to plan, they're due Forza Horizon 4. So this will be the 8th year that they've just alternated back and forth between Forza and Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you have, from the other big racing, like I don't really know any other big racing games, right? Apart from some maybe more bespoke PC ones, but they don't come out on the same sort of sequel cycle.
Yeah.
And so it just feels like all the other racing games have such a far more aggressive release cycle and such a huge presence in the world, like, constantly. And then every fucking 5 years, GT is just like, oh, by the way, we still make video games.
Yeah.
Like, what was that one they did, their first one for the PS3? Was that GT5? And they put out the prologue for it?
Yeah, that was the prologue, yeah.
Because it took them, like, literally forever to make it, didn't it?
Yeah. They took forever to make it, and then delayed it, like, twice. And they had some problems with printing the discs as well. That was a whole debacle about it. And I had that game pre-ordered, so it was a wait. It was a long wait.
So are you a big GT guy?
Yeah. So this was when I was still in high school, and I was really into the racing games, and I had a wheel with like proper force feedback and everything, and I played in like big league races and stuff. So I was fully into it, but obviously not anymore because that was a lot of time investment.
I would never, ever have pegged you for a racing wheel guy.
Really?
I feel like I've just learned something really wild about you.
I'm a sports guy on games.
Are you?
No, I mean just racing,
Okay, I was about to say, because I don't think I've ever heard you mention any sports game ever.
Just
Oh,
racing. I
mate.
really like racing. I played lots of Dirt as well. Dirt on the PS2s and the PS3.
Yeah, the Dirt. It's like yeah, those Dirt games are cool. To be fair, I got Dirt 3 for free. It was like a weekend deal from like Humble Bundle. Was
Oh
doing
yeah,
Dirt 3 for free, and I played a bit of that,
it's good
and that
fun,
was
isn't
cool.
it?
I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed the uh they're fucking. I don't remember the mode it was, but the mode where you basically had to go and like do donuts and sick jumps in an
Oh
arena
yeah,
to get points. It was like as many points as you can get in a minute. It was like they called it like car carter or something ridiculous, didn't they? Like gun carter or something. No, like gun carter's the thing from.
Jim Carter. What are you thinking of?
Yeah, Jim Carner is what it
Yeah.
was. Gun carter's the bloody thing from that Christian Bale movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're referring to.
It's some dumb movie which I'm forgetting the name of. But it's a film where they have guys with pistols. They fight. They like hand to hand combat, but with pistols. So it's all about like trying to kung fu people while also shooting them. It's very
Is
silly.
that just not CQC?
You know what, Shaw? You're right. It is just CQC. I've never ever made that connection, but it is 100% just CQC. It's CQC, but way fucking stupider.
Okay, yeah, with more kung fu.
Yeah, because like CQC is cool, and CQC looks like real fighting.
Yeah.
Like when in fucking Metal Gear, when Solid Snake is CQCing people, you go, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. It's ridiculous that he acts like he's just made up CQC as like his own martial arts when it is just being good at fighting people up close.
Mhm.
But this is a lot more like fucking. It's a lot of like holding two pistols and like shooting under your own fucking armpit and like shooting both of them behind you at the same time.
Okay.
And like there's this one ridiculous scene where the two main like the main protagonist and antagonist both have like a pistol each, and they walk up to each other and they're like, you know, in the Karate Kid where he's doing fucking wax the deck and he's like doing the hand sweeps.
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing that, but also like pistol shots. So it's like this. They like both empty full clips while like firing and knocking the pistol. It's really silly. It's just like having a fit while holding pistols.
Sounds really.
Here we go. Here's one of the characters in the film describes Gun Carter in the film. He says, through analysis of thousands of recorded gunfights, the cleric has determined that the geometric distribution of antagonists in any gun battle is a statistically predictable element. The Gun Carter treats the gun as a total weapon, each fluid position representing a maximum kill zone, inflicting maximum damage on the maximum number of opponents, while keeping the defender clear of the statistically traditional trajectories of return fire. By the rote mastery of this art, your firing efficiency will rise by no less than 120%. The difference of a 63% increased lethal proficiency makes the master of the Gun Carters an adversary not to be taken lightly. The film, by the way, is called Equilibrium, and features Christian Bale, and it's fucking dumb.
But it's statistically good.
Statistically, yeah, no, statistically it's genius.
Good.
120%.
That's so dumb.
Interestingly, obviously, I don't know, Jim Carner is cool. That's the point I was going for. Jim Carner's really fucking sweet. I thoroughly enjoyed going out and busting donuts to get points.
It's difficult with the wheel, I gotta tell you. It's a lot of arm movements.
Do you have a racing wheel now?
Yeah. Not with me right now. It's in a box at home, but yeah, I still have it.
Oh, Troll, that's fucking great. I'm super happy that that's a thing.
I also dabbled with a bit of iRacing. That was serious stuff. I got turned away from it because it was just too serious.
Yeah, iRacing kind of scares me a bit. I've only ever seen people playing iRacing who have a track IR, so they can map their head movements into the game, and I feel like that's kind of the level you need to be at to get into iRacing.
You don't need it at all, but you have to pay monthly fees, and you can't crash into people, and it's all it's a little bit too much.
Are you one of those people who likes to drive cockpit view?
No, cockpit view is not quite right. You go bonnet view, just in front of the cockpit. That's the one. That's the most accurate representation, right? If you already have a wheel.
Mate, okay, shit. You are into racing games. Cool. Okay. I didn't know this about you. So yeah, do we know anything about this other than just GT7?
No, not really. Nope. Nothing at all.
Did we know they were making a GT7?
We it's good to assume that they are, right? They just pump out GTs. That's all they do. Poly, whatever their name is, company.
There we go, Polyphony Digital.
Yeah, that's it. They've made that bike racing game. That's all I know. Otherwise, they just make Gran Turismos.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm into that. They like racing games. Well, the news story I thought you were going to say is that Red Dead 2 got a new trailer, and the entire internet collectively popped a boner so hard that you could kind of hear it.
Okay, I was not expecting you to say that one either. There's another even bigger news, right?
Oh, really?
It's not really big news.
So what were you going to say?
Something to do with Jeff Keighley.
Oh,
sure, it's not a news story, really.
Is Jeff Keighley okay? What's happened to Jeff Keighley?
No, he's fine. He's just teasing a game he can't show yet.
Oh, mate! You know what it is.
We know what it is.
You know exactly what that is. My boy Jeff, he is going to be...
I just sent an image on Discord.
Was there? Oh, okay. Hang on. Is this image from his Twitter?
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah. Maybe Instagram story, because that's what all the cool kids are doing nowadays.
Okay, I'm very, very quickly, even though this is terrible, terrible content, scouring Jeff Keighley's Twitter to see if this is from his Twitter, so we can at least link out to where he's talking about.
Okay.
So Jeff Keighley, for those that know the know, obviously sort of video game pundit, I guess.
Yeah.
He was a reporter for IGN back in the day.
No, gaming G4 or something.
G4, yes, he was the G4 guy. And these days he just does a lot of E3 stuff, and they get him to host stuff. And he was the guy who did those like final hours of whatever, wasn't he? Like that series of deep dive, like article reports about stuff. He did the final hours.
I don't know about this, but all right.
I believe. Yeah, well, yeah. So he's a storied industry professional, and obviously, if he's teasing a game that he can't show the game yet, but he's doing it, like, I would assume, and I don't necessarily. I mean, this could be, a bit of a stretch, but it's gotta be Death Stranding, right?
It's gotta be, yeah. The guy has a huge boner for Kojima, and there isn't any other game that we know could be teased in E3 to this level. Actually, no, that's a complete line. That's probably Blizzard games, but we're wishing it's Death Stranding, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, here we go. He has actually mid-April on his Twitter posted a series of photos of him having lunch with Kojima and cuddling Kojima and posing for pictures.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what's the story of Death Stranding as it stands is, when did Kojima say it was going to come out?
This year.
Before the year Akira was set, which is ostensibly, is that next year, or is it by next year?
Yeah.
So it's this year.
Akira to 2020, isn't it? So it has to be next year.
Okay, so it has to be next year.
Yeah.
But then also, didn't he say something about the Tokyo Olympics as well?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
feel
just referencing Akira, though, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure about what he has said.
Yeah, okay. And then at the Video Game Awards in December, they showed another trailer, didn't they?
Yep.
Because we spoke about it. Because it was the one with the baby in the tummy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then didn't the guy on stage say that there was already bits of it that were playable?
Yeah, they did, yeah. And also, I think Kojima said something like the progress for development is going quicker than expected, or something like that. It's rephrased, but yeah, something like that.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so Kojima revealed the game would be released prior to the year the film Akira was set, 2019. So, where did that note come from? Yes, so there's at least there's something that's fucking bizarre. It's just absolutely bizarre. But one would always assume, one has to assume at this point, that we will get gameplay at E3 this year.
Yeah, we have to.
If we don't get gameplay at E3 this year, I don't want to get anything. I think another trailer wouldn't serve to do anything other than just start to turn public opinion back the other way on whatever the fuck this lunatic is making.
Yeah, they won't do the whole hidden behind press gameplay, would they? They have to show the gameplay. They can't do that kind of thing. So CD Projekt is doing that kind of thing, I think, with the Cyberpunk demo. They're not trying to show it on stage, or at least that's what they've said before. So, on stage.
But I would also suspect that Cyberpunk is probably pretty early.
Yeah, it's going to be a 19
it took a little bit for them to put The Witcher 3 on the stage, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would be, if we see Death Stranding at E3 this year at all, I would be very surprised if it wasn't a full gameplay presentation on Sony's stage.
Yeah.
Because that would fit right in with the whole vibe that Sony is currently going for. Like, the last couple of years of presentations they've had have just been non-stop gameplay all the time.
Yeah. It's so good. I love it. This is what E3 should be.
Yeah, it is solid. I'm well into it. But yeah, so that's got to be right. Maybe we're convoluting some things there, but that's got to be Jeff Keighley playing.
Yeah.
It's got to be him playing Death Stranding, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm into it. I'm well into it.
So soon. I'm looking forward to that. Next month, right?
What, E3?
Yeah.
June the 12th, isn't it? Starts?
Good.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. Hype. Absolute hype. So we actually, honestly, I actually was more excited about that than about Red Dead 2. But there was a Red Dead 2 trailer
That was.
that set the internet aflame.
Did it?
Everyone seems pretty hyped about it.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about it.
Everyone really just likes Red Dead, don't they? Even though it's been a while since Red Dead Redemption 1. People really wanted ports.
Was that a 2010 game as well? Yeah, man. People wanna get in on Red Dead.
What do you think of it? What do you think of the trailer?
It looked like Red Dead.
Yeah, it looks very.
It's a Rockstar trailer, right? So it's setting the tone. It's music and tone and.
To be fair, I'm looking forward to one of those gameplay trailers that they have with that lady talking about all the gameplay elements. I really like those.
Yes, that is. I was gonna say. Yeah, like I think I'm interested in this game. I will be more interested when I get to see some like cool shit about it. I heard that IGN got hands on.
All right.
I haven't got to play some bits about it, and apparently it's got some like simmy bits to it. Like there's like some management, there's like some camp management you can do, and like manage your supplies, and like you keep a lot more of your supplies with your horse, and so your horse is like a lot more of a like central part to the gameplay, and it's like you have to like develop a bond with it and shit. So it seems like they're developing certain aspects of their like cowboy sim in the ways I didn't honestly expect them to go. But I guess also, right, I'm going to be really cynical here, Chaw.
Yeah.
By adding in a bunch of sim management stuff, it means you add in a bunch of meters, and then you can add in a fuck ton of different ways to pay extra money to Rockstar to make your meters go up.
That's it. They do know what they're doing with the Grand Theft Auto 5, don't they? With the microtransactions. And
the shark cards, whatever they are, for Grand Theft Auto 5 have made them such a disgustingly huge amount of money, right?
Yeah. It's also quite easy to make more cards for Red Dead because there's lots of card games in that time period, isn't there? Like integral to that kind of environment as well.
Yeah, like it will obviously have some sort of online mode.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to be full of all sorts like it's going to be well, we will see. But I am nonetheless pretty interested. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you, Chaw, if I'm honest. I want that trailer with the lady talking.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did for GTA 5, wasn't it?
Yeah. They did that for GTA 5. And then Witcher 3 also had it. Probably a different lady. Might be the same lady, actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, those are the only ones, actually. And they were good. I loved them.
Yeah, that'll be when Red Dead starts to make sense. What I should really do, is maybe ever actually finish the first Red Dead.
Well, you haven't finished it either.
No.
Okay, I haven't either. I know what happens, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I know the ending too. Yeah, but also, doesn't matter, right? Because this one's a prequel.
Oh, really? Okay. I actually know nothing about Red Dead 2.
From my understanding, from the stuff I've read, is that this one's a prequel because all the way that for a start, Red Dead 1 takes place at the very, very end of like the Old West, doesn't it? Like they couldn't really do a sequel without it not actually even really being a cowboy game. Like the whole point of Red Dead 1 is that you're not only are you on this revenge story, but you're like a dying breed. Cowboys aren't really a thing anymore. But my understanding is this one, people have like the characters who have popped up in the trailers are all characters who were in Marston's gang. Like, you spend a lot of that first game hunting down your old gang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I think these people, like, they've got Dutches in it and stuff. Like I said, I never finished that first game, but I played quite a lot of it, and then something else came out or something.
Yeah.
And I got waylaid. But I think it's a prequel.
Okay, that'd be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I'll tell you what, actually, I do have one other news story here that
Okay.
isn't kind of nonsense. If you don't have anything else,
No, I've had them all.
have you heard about this Harry Potter mobile game?
Vaguely, yes.
Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, a
Okay.
game in which, at one point, a student in your ward gets strangled. He's being strangled by the Devil's Snare. I don't know. Do you remember the Devil's Snare?
No idea, mate.
All right.
It's not
Well,
something that jumps out.
it's just like it's like a plant that likes to choke motherfuckers.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Harry Potter's pretty dumb, but a student gets caught up in the Devil's Snare, and the game then forces you to either wait for an extended length of time and watch this kid being strangled, or pay real money.
What?
Yeah.
How is that a game? What's the interactivity? You just pay them money. That's the game.
I feel like there's more. I think there's obviously more to the game than this, but I believe it's set up so that you encounter the Devil's Snare at a point where you don't have what you need to get out of it, and so either you just have to wait or pay some money to get what you need.
So there's no management aspects like the Fallout game where you still have to wait quite a bit in that game, but you just somebody is strangled and then you wait.
Yeah, so you just have to kind of
Wow.
watch a child get strangled by a plant, or pay real money. And that is the Hogwarts Mystery.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And that's out now. That's the news, right?
yeah. I mean that.
Like,
So
people
here
will eat it.
it is. Here it is. So there is a point in the game where your character becomes tangled up in Devil's Snare. After a few seconds of furious tapping to free yourself from its clutches, your energy meter runs out, and the game asks you to pay a couple of pounds to refill it, or wait an hour for it to recharge for free.
Okay, alright.
And then apparently from then on, it continues to just kind of abuse you like that.
Alright, okay.
I
Go on, sorry.
I do think the fact that it makes you watch a child be strangled or pay money is perhaps, well,
It's a bit dark. It's not just that though. So I'm on the website, the official website, and you can customize your character. You can choose your house, and then you can learn new spells and potions, apparently.
it's not okay that you get to choose your house. Someone else should choose your house for you.
Well, no, hold on. You choose. Ooh, actually, that is. Yeah, okay, you're right. You can choose your own house. That's not right. You should be able to like answer questions like on the portable.
Yeah, it should be you assign attributes.
Yeah.
And then it picks.
That's a bit shit.
And one of the attributes should be dickhead. And then if you get that, you end up in Slytherin.
Yeah.
Am I getting that right? Slytherin? Yeah.
That's how it works.
What is it like? Generically good,
Gryffindor.
smart, dickhead, and boring. Worse. What
No,
was the
loyal.
Hufflepuff thing?
Hufflepuff
Kind
is
of
loyal.
loyal, kind of
Like
heart. There you
brave and
go.
loyal. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's how you should do it. You should be assigning attributes,
Yeah.
and then even if it's really black, even if it's just like it gives you 4 attributes and you pick which one you want, and then it says right, you're going to be in this. Just being able to say I want to be in this, that is not fucking canon. It's not my Hogwarts.
That's not how. That's not how any of this works. It says here you can create lasting friendships as well. So there's more to it than getting strangled.
I mean, I assumed there was. I'd assume there's at least be some sort of contrivance for how you got into the situation where you get strangled, right?
Yeah, that's got to be more than just paying the money.
I don't think it would be. If it was just a video game where you looked at a picture of a child being strangled and had to pay money for them to stop being strangled, we'd be asking a lot of very different questions about this Harry Potter video game.
Yeah, you're right. I assumed the worst.
It's like, Mark, what the fuck is this game you're describing? This sounds horrendous. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Harry Potter. It's a licensed mobile game, so it's gonna be full of bad shit.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, but also this seems like just particularly egregious to me. I'm not sure.
Well, we should download it and find out. It's free. It's free, right? Yeah. You
sound like it. It doesn't sound like it's free, chore. Sounds like at some point in it, it's going to stop being free, and it's going to become fucking child choking simulator or whatever the fuck.
Stop.
Alright, yeah, I will stop. That was unacceptable. I apologise. I feel bad. This is my bad.
You should.
Yeah, I'm not happy with what I've done.
Sorry, FBI.
Well, I'm going to say, I don't know, I don't have any other news. To be fair, I haven't really got the impression that a huge amount of other news has been going on.
No, there hasn't been much. It's just a lot of sales figures and people talking about E3 and what they will do and what they might not do. That's it. That's all we have.
Yeah, like, I guess we won't get any more crazy announcements, really, will we?
No. We'll get teasers. We'll get like a lot of teasing in the next few weeks, I think, leading up to E3.
Yeah, that is true. These days, people tend to get out slightly ahead of their E3, don't they? To then like get everyone hyped to be on their shit, I guess.
Yeah. We might get some juicy leaks, though.
Oh, I love a juicy leak. I love a juicy leak. I'll tell you what, though. I know this is what I'll close with. There's a pretty sweet Humble Bundle on at the Mo.
Okay. Is it?
Where if you pay £11.50, you can get Dead Rising 1 and 2, Crazy Taxi, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Alien Isolation, Binary Domain, Valkyria Chronicles, and Sonic Generations. Oh, and all of the Mega Man games.
Ah. Damn.
So I think some of these are, and they're all on, and the 2 Dead Risings and the 2 Resident Evils, Alien, and Valkyria Chronicles are all on PS4.
What? You can
That's
get Humble
that's
Bundles
actually
for PS4? That's a thing.
yes, because they just give you the codes, don't they?
Oh, yeah, okay. Cool. That's too many games, though. That's more games than we have time. Ever. In our lives.
Oh, and also, this Humble Bundle only works if you have a PlayStation account from one of the countries in this list, and none of those countries are the UK. So actually, I'm going to say it's a crap deal. Don't get it.
It's because the charity is US something. Save the Children US. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, that is probably fair.
No.
Okay, sure. Well, this has been fun. I feel like we've spoken about the news. I've learned something about you that I never knew, so I feel it's been a good week.
Yeah, it's secret. Other guys won't know either. So
I mean, I guess you've just sort of kept it, you've kept it low key as shit, haven't you?
Yeah, I just don't have an outlet for that to ever come up until now.
Do you get like racing frustration?
I get some. What do you call it? I want to do it again. That.
Yeah. Have you got the itch?
I got the itch. Yeah.
You've got the racing game itch.
The race itch.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that'll be one of the games you bring to Shouting Over Static. We could make it a racing game, and then because I'm really, really bad at racing games.
Okay.
But I quite enjoy them.
Yeah.
And because I'm so bad at them, whenever I play them, I started a game of, this is a massive diversion, but I don't really mind. I started a game of like a career in Forza 3 on the 360.
Okay.
A few years ago, and Jamie was watching me play it, in fact, and as I played it for like 3 hours, you could actually plot out quite clearly my progress as I got better and better and better, because like I'm at such a low level that I make progress quite quickly. So it's quite fun for me to play racing games to start off with, because I get a real like tangible sense of achievement.
Yeah. It's a real skill you actually learn over time to just be better at it. It's good. There's no RNG or anything. It's just pure skill.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm into that. Maybe we'll do that, because I don't know, that could be interesting. Right. Chor, thank you ever so much for getting online this week and giving me some of your time to talk about the news.
That's all right. Thanks for coming on too.
Well, I've been Mark, Chor's been Chor, and this has been Shouting Over the News for the 7th of May, 2018. Get onto Shouting Over Static at SoundCloud to see everything as it comes out. Whack us some comments over there, subscribe, like. That you can also catch us on iTunes as it comes out. You know, subscribe, like, comment over there. Though I don't check those comments ever. So I don't know. If you actually wanted to say something to us, the SoundCloud would be better. Also, you can see us on YouTube if you're into YouTubes at Low Expectations Media, where we put up a video archive of this and ostensibly have an outlet for other video content which does exist, including a past podcast we did, but the actual frequency that we put out other stuff is minimal. So they're all the places you can find us. You don't have anything to plug, do you, Chor?
No.
All right, well, in that case, that's been an episode.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.